So hi guys, how are you all doing today? Welcome back to my channel once again this week. My name is Chinyere and you're welcome to juliettsstyleglam TV. Okay, so how are you all doing? Thank you all so much for your comments on my videos. I'm still yet to put up some more, but then thank you for the comments I've been receiving on my videos and for all the subscriptions you've been doing. Thank you so much. So today, like I started last week, we're going to be talking about making make lasting impressions. It's a show by Durex which aired sometime in last week, and it featured Falz, Kidd Waya, Akah Nani, and Temisan. Now, again, if you haven't listened to the first video, please do well to find that first video and go watch it. Okay, I also have a previous video. I've done something similar. I'm going to also attach it here, and I'm going to attach the other one as well. So we are on episode 2 where the guys are busy talking about sex. I mean, this is from a male perspective, so I am giving the female perspective on sort of the things that they are talking about, and try to see what can be demystified, but so far so good. They've been doing great, so we got to give it to them, because they've been doing awesome. So yeah, we're going to start off now.
Do you also experience when you're having sex with someone and then you're remembering someone else, or you had an experience with someone and then you're like, it was not as good as
by accident?
It's because
no, and
that's is the soul tie playing.
It just came out. Crazy, it just came out.
That's
so
the
angry.
proof that there is soul tie there. That's it. Because what is a soul? A soul is the compendium of someone.
But why would you say you call that other name? Was it because that one was so mad, or at that moment you just made a mistake?
I mean, I called my ex's name.
Would you say it's because your ex's knacks were so mad, or at that moment you just made a mistake?
I think at that moment I've been thinking about her for a while. So there'll be even some, let's say, some phrases that we call each other that I even say.
Oh.
It just like it's actually mad. So then when I said her name at that moment, I tried to correct it by saying.
But did the other lady hear? Did the other lady hear?
She heard, but she chose to ignore. But she definitely heard it.
Did she address it later?
Much later. They don't remember things. Just like 3 days later. Oh, do you remember that time when you...
Wow.
Some way I don't forget.
What did you now say? How did you explain yourself?
What can I say?
How can you get out of that?
Well, I see the way my mouth just hooks. I didn't say anything. Like, she caught me at that moment, red-handed, hands up, naked, full. So...
Okay, so basically in this one they're talking about soul ties and the fact that you think about someone while you're having sex. You're thinking about somebody else while you're having sex with someone else. Now, I don't know from what Kidd Waya said, because I think Falz put him on the spot. But from what Kidd Waya said, he said that he had been thinking about his ex for a while, and then boom, it can happen. Okay, in the sense that. You could be thinking about a particular thing or something or someone. It could even be just something you saw somewhere. It could be something you read, anything. And then, you're thinking about it. I don't think it has to do only with the person you've had something to do with, and then, a particular thing comes into your mind. Okay. Now, in Kidd Waya's case, he had an ex-girlfriend where he was, in this situation that caught him, off guard. And he didn't bother, and I like the fact that he didn't bother to say anything to try to give an excuse for it, because shit happens, and that was one of the shits that happened. So a lot of people say, oh, that you're still in love with the other person. I beg to differ. Sorry. It doesn't necessarily mean that he's still in love with the person or you're still in love with the other person. It could just be that maybe there's something the person, Falz said, maybe the knacks was much more. It could have been anything, but I don't think we should read too much into that, except if it becomes bothersome or worrisome and it happens so much so that it affects your performance, both as a man and a woman, then you need to start worrying about what's going on. Now, soul ties. Truthfully, do I believe in soul ties? I'm like this. I'm comme ci, comme ça, where that is concerned. I don't know. I'm comme ci, comme ça. I don't know. I can't really, because sometimes, with the way the world we're living in, there's so much well, as human beings, there's so much attached to spirituality, so yeah, maybe it's something, for those it is something to, and maybe it's nothing for those that it is nothing to. That's how I see it, so
Guys, what are the biggest lies that men tell women when
Body
they have
counts.
sex?
I was gonna say that too. Body count and you're the best I've ever had, man. Everybody is the best. Shut up!
My friends.
Stop lying! You are lying!
I don't know if this one is a lie.
Everybody is the best.
This one where men say, it's not big body can do the job. Most of the time.
Wow, they just use time, making you feel
Most
bad.
of the time.
They make you feel bad. It's not big body can do the job.
So
To
girls
be
know
honest,
better.
I've heard. You see,
they'll
because
believe
the truth is,
But it's true, though.
that's why it's good that we're having this talk, because it has to be healthy. And the truth is, one of the facts about this is that it's not the same experience for everybody. There's some women that when they carry big condo, they run away from the house.
Jesus.
There's some that they're like, that's what I
We will
like.
die there. Yeah.
I wanted to come out of my house goes. Now, there's some women that it's not about the size, it's about the way it's wielded. And I've discovered.
Say the popular saying. It's not the size, it's the motion and the ocean.
Is it really true?
Yes, I've experienced.
really
It's true, because I've realized that when I'm giving strokes, there's a difference between giving strokes and then there's a way. I will now say, you know what? Let me be intentional about this. I've seen the difference. So
You wrote your
many
name.
times.
Okay, you wrote your
When
name.
I gave, it was okay, but when I now decided to give a particular kind of motion, the result.
What do you feel about a woman that do?
So, again, Temisan, I think Temisan is so naughty and he's so mischievous that the size, listen, that is the truth. The size doesn't matter. A man who knows how to use his member will give you good, he will make sure you're satisfied. Listen, it's all about satisfaction for both parties. Now, again, I'm going to go back to that video I did way before this one. I talked about this. And I also said in the other video that there are some men, many guys do not know what they're doing in there. You see, a woman's VJJ is a place. It's a place you go in. It's a place, okay? Now, and in that place, we've got different nerve endings that do so many things. And these nerve endings, the mathematics of it is finding out the one that is hitting it good. Again, the one thing about the nerve endings is trying to discover and know the one that is doing it good. This is a fact. So again, size doesn't matter. If you are amongst those people that keep on doing whoa, I'm sure, check ass, find out. A lot of times, probably the girls are not enjoying it. They're just because you're all about that. But there is something about motion. There is something about the winding. There is something about discovery, because you are trying to please and be pleased. So, Bobos, if you are going there to come and knock and come out, please know that you're not doing anything, because truthfully, the size doesn't matter at all. If anyone is talking about size and other, again, individually for different women, the size matters. The bigger, gets the job done and stuff like that. And for some, it's not that, because again, one thing we and the biology of our bodies as women is the sizes of our cervix are different. There are those who have a small, short cervix and those who have a long cervix. Yeah. So this is a deciding factor for a lot of women on what they desire and what they want when it comes to size. Okay? So, somebody with a short cervix will not be looking for somebody who's got, very big male member because of the size of the cervix. And someone who has a long cervix, definitely like Akah said, they want to come up for that, So, yeah, let's continue.
Squat. So she threw away the fountain during the...
I love it.
Oh.
You know?
I love that shit.
That's beautiful.
Oh, the
Quite
best.
close.
That's a moment.
So you like to shower.
Oh, that's our soul. That's our soul.
That's
Man is a swimmer.
That's our soul.
See, that's
Hallelujah.
the burst.
And you feel like you've achieved
Hallelujah.
something because you feel like you've made
You
her calm.
see,
That's
but
how-
when you go
At
clean
least.
up, this is how you enter the bathroom. You enter with a finesse. The Superman cape. Oh my
You know when you give
God.
yourself eye contact in the mirror when you both
Like
just
that's-
know.
I'm
When you
the
walk into a
shit.
bathroom, you see yourself.
What?
the shit.
You,
You
when
see
you
a
look
man.
at yourself,
You see a
the
man.
the way you open the door, it changes everything.
When you stand up, you feel like a beast.
So the truth is that in life and society, there is rumor.
So, of course, this is from a male perspective, so I wouldn't know, but obviously it seems to do a lot of things to men when they're able to do that. So, kudos to you guys who are able to do that to, us. That's a feather on your cap for you. I mean, people should be wearing your cape very well. So, that's a male perspective on that because, again, we wouldn't know. So, thank you all for that. And thank you for making us know and feel that, yes, you guys feel like the king of the world when you do that. So, yeah, that's good. Thanks.
There is you hear from a tete-a-tete that women, you don't pressure guys to have sex. How true is this?
In 2021.
Even 2020, Seth.
Our Gen Z gone the worst.
Oh my God!
This
Tell
Gen
us
Z
about it.
people. Temisan, tell us about your generation.
My generation is a generation I've gone into intervening. Because when I think of things that we get up to, Gen Z cannot even rate you say, hey, let's keep you as a boyfriend. Hello, are you home? I'm coming through. She'll carry a small post, reach your house when I finish. Book an Uber, she'll not even call you. Gen Z girls. Don't worry, that's
Okay, so from what I understand here, the tables have turned, okay? Because, of course, we are in a different era, generations and all. So, I think right here, then Falz had to be naughty about it and say, tell us about your generation, And I think, again, personally, we all have needs, okay? Man, woman. And I don't see it as pressure, in my opinion. You got something I want. Are you available to give it to me? Okay, thank you. And we finish and, bye. So I think the problem here is they are feeling a little bit left out in this newfound independence that women have given themselves, I don't know where they got the idea that, women had to, it was the other way around where the guy called, maybe that was how it used to be, I don't know. But I think the story here is like, they're probably feeling a little bit, left out a little bit, so they don't need to beg us anymore, or we don't need to beg them anymore. They just, they just come and it's like we are the ones that they are beck and call. But then this is the game patriarchy has been playing for decades, for centuries, So, it's fun and all, but I can see where, the whole ideology is coming from. And it's good to know, and it's fun to also listen to.
I don't hear.
Sex
Now,
patriarchy.
before we dey reason home training.
Also, when you say,
I know what I want.
I'm a millennial.
you know when they're having a conversation with
it
their
hasn't
friends.
dead with us.
Let's start with us.
Akah, this is a typical Gen Z conversation with her girl.
I don't know. I don't think that there's any possibility with us, but I just get it a few times and I'm good. The girl like, oh my God, get it. Let me know how it is. She go even go there. So when they're done with you, they'll recommend you to their friends. You worry why all their friends are coming. So you have to try to protect. Oh my God, I don't want your friends
because
to
say
know.
they even know. Then they plan
They say
out.
alpha. So once they just finish, you like, babe. They don't shout, babe. They will say you don't score.
Gen Z girl.
do you know what I like that?
Gen Z girl, we go message you say, hey babe, when are you gonna come blow my back out? Please,
Yes.
I'm not into violence. What do you mean by that? My dear, then I'm not thinking, oh wow. It's very direct.
But that's why I like that, because I think now there's no fake or pretense of this, rushing to marriage, because everyone knows what they want now, and I think that's more healthier than not knowing what you want and then going to
It's
marriage
way
and
better.
lust.
It's way better.
I do feel that I understand that, but I believe differently.
Yeah.
You don't need to experiment and know all the experiences in the world to know what you want.
So are you
So you will
advising?
grow together.
Moving to another topic, and again, just like I said, what Kidd said, a change in concept, ideology, and how things were done, compared to today. So I think I get, so now Akah is going into another topic entirely, talking about you don't need to, have all the experiences in the world for you to be able to know what you're doing in.
Are you advising
learn
no
together.
sex before marriage? Is that what you are saying to us
If you
now,
can.
Mr. Akah?
Wait, but you don't.
No, are you telling me that the product I want to purchase for live Etana, I should not test it?
It's not, let me tell you something.
That's what you're saying to me.
If you want to use taste for live eternal products, then you don't know what marriage is. Because if you think that marriage, you see, even marriage, you will knock will tire you.
Okay, what if you get to
because
marriage?
you will now see that marriage is more than knock. You have to plan your life, finance, growing a home, family, the way you live. You see,
Ask your question.
it's important.
But what's wrong with using a porn?
Why?
As a sign.
You be actor.
Expectations.
Your
are
What are they
partner,
acting like? You cannot act.
Thank you.
your partner be actor.
Why
You don't know
can't-
that when those people are doing those things, do you know how many takes they've taken? In real film, how will they do? We will do
That
a
was
scene.
same
In the middle of a
mission.
scene, we will cut.
How
We
do
will
you-
come and continue 3 days later. We will wear the same clothes.
Okay, so Akah raised a very interesting point here, because as guys, from what I said, do you think I can't have sex with what I want to purchase for life? And Akah has a very good point. And again, if you listen to my videos, I'm one of those people who will tell you delay sex as much as possible. Once you're in a relationship, delay sex as much as possible. Listen, it's not that I advocate for sex, okay? But one of the things I've said this in so many of my videos, one of the things I keep on saying is, when it comes to that period where you're saying to yourself, okay, I think this may be him, or I'm thinking of settling down. The moment you start having sex in between, it beclouds your reasoning. And so the red flags that you're supposed to look for, they become hazy. And that's because hormones and endorphins are moving in and out. Okay? So that's one of the reasons I always tell people and couples and in relationships or in marriages or who are planning to, delay sex as much as possible. If it's a lifetime thing, that person will wait. And Akah is so right. Because there is more to marriage than sex. Because yes, say you go knock tire and it's not a lie. You will knock it and knock it till death do you apart. Okay? But it's more than that. Because there's a time when the endorphins don't work anymore and the reality sets in. So this is one of the reasons I keep on saying that, if sex cannot be a yardstick into looking for or finding that right person, it cannot be. And so to delay that act, I'm going to put a video where I said this so that, and other subsequent videos if I can find them, delay the act of sexual intercourse for as long as possible, because it will come when it will come. And when it comes, listen, both of you will be into it. When you are not ready for it, and the person is trying to make you be ready to do what you don't want to do at the time, that is when you should now start being much more cautious. It's something I did with my husband, so I'm not going to come here and bullshit anyone. Before I got married to my husband, we were very good friends. As in, we were very, very good friends. And that act was the last thing. Personally, for me, it was the last thing on my mind, but I knew it was on his mind because I know my husband, But I had told myself that this is what I wanted to follow. And so I relayed that information to him and I said, Ogbeni, nah. And basically, he followed suit and he said, okay, if that's what you want, if that's how you want us to play it. So that we had enough time to actually, dissect and, go through the motions. And that is the purpose. Okay, so on that note, Akah is very, very correct.
We will do the same
Continuity.
and we continue. Those people in acting porn, they do
You know the continuity.
Then you will not think that that's the
I
same.
think there's no continuity
How can
for
you
the
do
same
that?
game.
Excuse me.
How can you
Excuse me.
connect?
You just entered
Who
the
has
acting industry.
production
Hold on.
stress for that?
I am an actor. I'm
different
a producer.
industry.
I'm a content
Are
Are you
creator.
an adult film actor?
I've researched on
Are you porn?
I've researched because
Let me
I've
ask you a
watched
question.
documentaries. Hold on. I've watched documentaries on film productions. And I've seen, haven't you watched documentaries on these porn stars, their lives? They
I
say
want to
it.
ask you a question.
Hold on. They take drugs, pills. Then you now want somebody to perform like that, like somebody that is running on
At
something.
least you aspire to reach. That's what you have.
Have you aspired to reach you that you say you like to just enter NAC?
That's a strong point. A very strong
Okay,
point.
moving on.
Very strong point.
You win.
I said my team piece.
You win, my friend. You win.
Last, we all need to work on ourselves.
That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so this question is very important. You know, lately we have become very sexually liberated. I mean, so you have people who say they're into BDSM. I want you to do time choice with me if I come. Yeah. Is that your disposition in life right now? Is that what you guys like that? Is that your thing? You think that you're open to experimenting?
I think it's important. Let's be honest. I think to keep your sexual life really interesting and fun. Okay, so now you're a married man. Obviously, having the same sexual partner can be boring for some, but to keep it entertaining and keep it exhilarating,
Yeah.
you need to experience in different things. I mean, if it's boring, it may affect you. If I'm wrong, it
You
may
have to
affect your
explore
marriage.
yourself, explore your
You have to
bodies.
explore. And you won't know what you like.
Okay, so he talked about, Temisan is talking about something very important, and it's BDSM. Last time I was on Twitter, I actually saw a tweet on this, and somebody was asking a question and said that how is it that you just decide that somebody gets to flog you and stuff like that, and I had to correct that impression very quickly. And I've had this question a couple of times from friends about BDSM, and I keep on telling people, listen, if you want to know about anything, do the research. And I always tell people, go and find out. BDSM is not about pain. BDSM is not about flogging or hitting or no. BDSM it's role play. It's play. And it's about pleasure. And again, just to say a few things. And it's two people or maybe more involved. A dominatrix and a submissive. And the dominatrix has one thing to dominate: his partner for pleasure, his and his partner's. Now, the pleasure is found in different ways. By bondage, the flogging. A lot of people think or assume that the flogging is really, really very, or there are extremes to BDSM. For those who understand what they are doing, there is the choking. There are so many forms of it. But it's highly regulated. I will tell you, it's highly, highly regulated when you have to go into certain areas of BDSM. That's one. Two, it's role play. It's about pleasure. Okay? That's two. And Kidd said something. For the interest of, partners, it's something that I don't call it a taboo. Okay? It is a mode of enjoyment between two consenting adults. So, again, I would always say, do your research on BDSM. And, let's not invalidate what brings pleasure to other people because we don't understand it. Okay? Because it's erotic. And there are people that enjoy that eroticism. There's so many ways to find out or know about BDSM. I even told, there was one that asked me one time, and I said, go and find shops, toy shops that deal in BDSM. One of the people that you can speak to very freely is the person that runs the store that sells toys for BDSM, because they have a wealth of information to share with you. There are clubs of BDSM that exist. Okay, so again, do research. It's something interesting, it's fascinating, and it's erotic. And I said, I don't put taboo on anything because you just never know. All right, and this is where I'm going to end this video today. So give me your 2 cents in the comment section below. Do not fail to like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments in the comment section below. And I'll see you in episode 3 of this video. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.
Until you actually try it. Do you understand? So I think it's very important to experiment.
Personally, I wouldn't say that it's important because I can't say that I've seen the importance of it. But I would also not rule it out.
Because you like all those ones just act and act one scene. What you own?
You're not married.
I just want to just
you're just forgetting.